Barbara is the president and CEO of the Community Foundation of Ottawa, which celebrated its 25th anniversary last year. I think we clap for that. It's also 25 years of her service. She received the Order of Canada in recognition of her dedication to building community philanthropy locally, nationally, and around the world. Both personally and through the Community Foundation, Barb has been a very strong supporter of the Ottawa arts community, and now we're going to support her back. Please put your hands together for Barbara McInnes.
Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by this sun of York, and all the clouds that lowered upon our house in the deep bosom of the ocean buried. Now are our brows bound with victorious wreaths, our bruised arms hung up as monuments, our stern alarums changed to merry meetings. Grim-visaged war hath smoothed his wrinkled front, and now, instead of mounting barbed steeds to fright the souls of fearful adversaries, he capers nimbly in a lady's chamber to the lascivious pleasing of the lute. But I, who am not shaped for sportive tricks, nor made to court an amorous looking-glass, I that am rudely stamped and want love's majesty to strut before a wanton ambling nymph, I that am curtailed of this fair proportion, cheated of feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world, scarce half made up, and that so lamely and unfashionable that dogs bark at me as I hold by them. Why, I, in this weak piping time of peace, have no delight to pass away my time, unless to see my shadow in the sun and descant on mine own deformity. And therefore, since I cannot prove a lover to entertain these fair, well-spoken days, I am determined to prove a villain, and hate the idle pleasures of these days. Plots have I laid, inductions dangerous, by drunken prophecies, libels, and dreams, to set my brother Clarence and the king in deadly hate, the one against the other. And if King Edward be as true and just as I am subtle, false, and treacherous, this day should Clarence closely be mewed up about a prophecy which says that G of Edward's heirs, the murderer, shall be. Dire thoughts down to my soul. Here Clarence comes.
I've never heard Hamlet done that way. Barbara, how'd you feel doing that?
Really, really nervous.
Really nervous.
I was completely out of my comfort zone.
Well, it didn't look it.
I fell in love.
That is why I said that. Thank you for picking up.
I fell in love with Richard III when I was 12. And
yeah, he's a hot guy.
Nobody would ever provide an audience for me, but I used to recite it to my children when they were very young and too young to complain to me.
It was our bedtime story.
That would be great.
Now is the winter of our discontent.
But first we want want to hear from your judges. And Lynn, can you start us off? What did you think of that?
Very interesting.
Wow.
I think if I was looking for a female lead villain in a James Bond movie, you would have it.
Can you just pretend you have a cast just for a second, just like? Okay. All right, Eric.
Clearly, there was a very strong directorial hand at work in this piece, Barbara.
What do we mean by that?
I had an excellent coach.
Oh, who's your coach?
But so I'm not biased at all. I see this as an opportunity for the other contestants to suck up to me. Is really what I see it as. Anyway, I think incredibly well done. And just last week, you said you'd known since you were 12, but just last week was the first time I think you spoke it out loud in an empty room. Very brave and wonderful. It was great to see you take that step. So thank you.
I'll take care of the